of this beloved school. Who I am was deeply molded by the values of my LCC education. And surely, I am proud to call myself an LCCian. And you should be too, because you are and will always be part of this great institution. And for that, let us give ourselves a round of applause. Hail to our beloved alma mater. You all heard the introduction about me being a lawyer. Of course, Roger was not lying about that, except on the part of the top 20, no? Which is not officially sanctioned. I am a lawyer, but I am also many other things. I am a single mother to 4 young adults, a daughter, a friend, a colleague, an aunt, a niece, a traveler, a volunteer. I am also passionate about saving the environment and conserve our marine environment, of learning new things, and of course for world peace. Up to now, I still dream about doing many other things in life because the dream never stops. When I was just about 3 years old, my mom told me that I insisted that I enroll myself in an acting school because gusto ko mag-artista, Mommy. I must have been watching a lot of TV that time to really want to be an actress. And just to satisfy my desire to be an actress, she brought me to a TV station. I forgot the name, but it was then hosted by Monico. To sing. I have a vague memory of myself singing, "Oh, tie a yellow ribbon around the oak tree," wearing a yellow dress with a ribbon on my head. Of course, I was never enrolled in acting school. Instead, when I turned 5, I became a kindergarten student of LCC. During my elementary days, though, I was asked to join a storytelling contest in Ilonggo. My teachers probably saw some acting potential in me, and I did great, or so I believe, because I won first place. One of the storytelling pieces was about a cockroach named La Cucarachita. And it goes something like this. Si La Cucarachita, isa ka-cute na tanga. Kulor tsokolate, matamis maglihok. Baka bibihan, man kung naging tao lang siya, nasalagi siya kay Miss Aruba. O, diba? Hindi ka pa sa acting. Looking back, I don't think I ever thought of pursuing a career on acting or storytelling. In fact, performing arts never crossed my mind as an option. As far as I can remember, I was taught to believe that I'm going to be a doctor. Every time anyone asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up, I was quite sure of my answer, to be a doctor. It sounded like the most logical way to success. And so in college, I took up a pre-med course. I took up BS Psychology in UP Diliman only because I was not accepted in BS Biology course, which was my first choice. However, and I hate to admit this, I struggled in most of my science subjects, particularly chemistry. I didn't want to disappoint my parents, and I did finish my BS Psychology. But when it was time for me to enroll in the College of Medicine, I pleaded my parents that I be given a break from studying. So I went back to Bacolod for a short break, only to bore myself and decided to enroll at the College of Law of UNOR. There was no College of Medicine then in Bacolod. And taking up law felt right. I knew then that it was something that I'd like to do than being a doctor. Don't get me wrong. You probably are saying, wow, she had it all figured out and that my life was a breeze. No, it wasn't. I got married, bore a child while I was in law school. I had to work as a teacher during the day, I had to go to school during the night, and I had to find time for my growing family. Of course, life was hard. But with sheer determination, I finished law school, reviewed on my own for the bar examination, passed the bar, and became a lawyer. At that time, I remember telling myself, yay, I finally reached my goal, and thought maybe life will be a lot easier. But that was not the case. Life, after all, is not just about the career you choose, the money you earn, the achievements you made. And while I did good as a lawyer working crazy hours, many aspects of my life weren't entirely successful, including my marriage. As a parent, I missed many of my children's best moments because I was not around for them as I was busy working. As a daughter, I wasn't there in several important occasions of my parents. I wasn't able to nurture my relationships and friendships the way I wanted to. I failed to pursue many of my passions, including acting, for example. And I often find myself not able to appreciate what I have and the wonderful world we live in. And just like everybody else, I did have my bouts of depression, frustration, loneliness, failures, disappointments. And I also questioned myself, what really is the purpose of life? Throughout childhood and early adulthood, we learn various ideas of success from our parents, teachers, school, and friends. Everyone has their own agenda, an idea of who and what we should be. And more likely, at least in my case, you are so conditioned to go to school, have good grades, graduate, get a career, start a family, and work your ass out and reach for your goals and be successful. And it's very easy to assume that success means obtaining a specific object, such as a job or a social status, and to believe that if we get that thing, we all be successful. I am sure that you, the graduating class, the completers rather, and so are many of us here today, are still confused on what you want to be or what your purpose in life is. The completers have probably decided which career paths to choose from, whether it be in ABM, Accountancy, Business and Management, UMIS, Humanities and Social Sciences, STEM, Arts and Design, TVL, I'm kind of new of this. This was not a part of our curriculum when I was in high school. And you may be wondering, what if you have made the wrong choice? What if you decided you don't want to be an engineer, an accountant, an artist anymore? These thoughts could trigger a lot of anxiety in you because you are so afraid of becoming a failure. The mounting pressure created by social media and the society in general, and the need to have it all figured out by a certain date makes it even worse. Do you agree? But you don't have to have it all figured out. Life is a continuous journey and learning experience, and things can change anytime, any day. And our purpose in life isn't really one thing. I think our purpose is multi-layered, and it should not be limited into one career or grand master plan, though some of us commit ourselves to one purposeful path. I also believe that our purposes can change throughout our lives. Some dreams take time. Your dream will find its way when your heart is set to achieve it. Success has more to do with the heart than it has to do with the dream. You can dream all you want, but when you don't put your heart in your dream, nothing will happen. I believe that our deepest purpose is to discover our true nature, to cherish our true selves, to listen to the call of our soul, to heal the wounds that keep us in the shadow, to become more compassionate, to love the ordinary as well as the extraordinary, to be of service to others, and to enjoy doing nothing from time to time. And of course, trusting God for His plans in His own time. But how do we discover ourselves? We experiment every single day. We become our own scientists. We start to pay attention to what brings us joy and what feels natural for us. There are many things in life that you won't get right the first time. But you don't have to get everything right away. Whatever you do, you will have to fail at some point. And I'm not just talking about career choices. I am also talking about our life choices. Who you will spend your life with, your friends and your relationships, your health, your values, and many more. Every day in your life will be about the choices you make. You just have to set your priorities straight. Because the quality of your life depends on the choices you make day after day. You can choose to nurture your relationships or ignore them. You can choose to spend your time Facebooking, Twittering, or Instagramming instead of learning new skills or knowledge. You can choose to eat fries and burger every day instead of vegetables and other healthy options. You can choose to watch TV, play computer games, and be a couch potato instead of doing some exercise and being with nature. And you can choose to be a doctor, a lawyer, a plumber, a carpenter, a farmer, or a douchebag, a bum, or a tambay. You can choose to be honest or dishonest. You can choose to be agreeable or disagreeable. You can choose to be whatever you want to be. And you can choose to fight for your rights and create a society where you are free to dream and fail again, and dream and eventually succeed, or do nothing at all. Yes, life is about choices, and I sincerely wish you that you will make a choice that truly matters. Some things just don't matter much, like the clothes you wear, or the shoes you're wearing, the gadgets you own, the car you drive. How big of a deal is that in the grand scheme of life? Not a big deal at all. But lifting a person's heart, helping others, doing acts of kindness, now that matters. The problem with many of us is that we know what matters, but we don't choose it. We get distracted. The hardest and smartest way to live is choosing what truly matters and pursuing it passionately. For example, you choose to become a full-time mom and housewife. Be the best mom and housewife because that is your purpose at that particular time. That purpose can change anytime. You can always go back to, you can always work anytime you want, and that would be your next purpose. If you choose a certain career, be the best you can possibly can and serve your purpose. So make that promise to yourself that one day you will be the best computer scientist, doctor, educator, entrepreneur, seafarer, or whatever you want to be. Pursue what you feel through what truly matters, passionately. And if in case you feel your choices no longer appeal to you, or you think that you made a wrong choice, don't berate yourself. Every day is an opportunity to start over, and that applies to everyone, including me. I may appear to be successful because I am a lawyer, but my life is not defined because I am a lawyer, but how I live my life and the courage to pick up myself where I stumble and fail. I did have many moments of failures, of disappointments, of making wrong choices in life. As I transitioned from middle life to old age, which, for the record, I don't wish to admit, I still have lots of questions about the meaning and purpose of my life. Many things have changed over the years. I now live alone as my kids are already working or in college, Manila or in the US. I'll even be a grandma anytime soon as my daughter got married last year. I felt burnt out working as a lawyer. The last few years, I took a break from lawyering and decided to learn and do new things. I learned how to cook and to garden. I enrolled myself to online courses on blogging and photography. I taught English online to Chinese and Japanese students. I did solo travel, which made me more in touch with myself and see things in different perspective. I volunteered as an English teacher in a public elementary school in Italy and joined an immersion program in Germany. I have reconnected with old friends from college and from high school and from childhood days by calling or visiting them, and gained new ones, mostly not within my age group nor my same race or have the same culture. I involved myself in several advocacies, marine conservation and women empowerment, and joined spiritual retreats and practiced meditation. I maintained an inspirational FB page to remind myself what truly matters, and I called it All About Gold. And I also have a FB page about my travels, which I also called Pinay Midlife Wonderland. I am still a lawyer, but I prefer now to counsel my clients on what is right and legal, to avoid conflict as much as possible, and to take the other course of resolving disputes like alternative dispute resolution. What matters most right now is peace of mind and being calm. And mind you, I haven't forgotten that I wanted to be an actress when I was 3 years old. I'm still figuring out if I am an actress material. What I'm trying to say is that life is multifaceted. It is not just about the careers we choose, the money you earn, or the achievement you made. There is so much about life, and we have many choices. But choose to live life with integrity and to make an impact on the lives of the people you serve. A simple act of kindness to others will surely make this world a much better place to live. And most of all, be true to yourself and to the things that truly matter to you. The most beautiful things in life are not things. They're people and places and memories. They're feelings and moments and laughter. So create the best relationships with people. Nurture it. Discover new places. Create memories. Smile a lot. Or better yet, laugh a lot. Life is not that complicated. Life will not guarantee you anything. You are not entitled to some automatic success. Some of you may make it. Some of you may not. Some of you may stumble and get up. Some of you may stumble and stay on the ground. Some of you may try one thing and succeed at it. Some of you may try many things and terribly fail at all of them. But whatever it is, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, every day is an opportunity to start over, regardless of age. So start over again and again and again until you finally find what your heart and soul desire the most. As Winston Churchill said, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Yes, life is going to be difficult and complicated and beyond anyone's control. It is our ability to know that will enable you to survive. So always choose what you feel is right and what makes you happy. The future will always depend on the choices you make. Choose wisely. Thank you. Good maayong gabi sa inyo.
Thank you, Attorney Lemoncito. May I request our President